The Chiefs get to host the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday on Christmas Eve,
The
not
Fighting
Christmas Day.
Smiths.
Yep. The Chiefs are 9.5 point favorites. That game's 11 a.m. Saturday on Fox. That's 11 Mountain Time, 12 Central, where you two pinheads are.
Who you call him a pinhead?
I'm Dirty Dan.
But the Seahawks are hanging on to a playoff hope by a thread. This is where the Chiefs need to bury them. Figure out their turnovers, their special teams.
We need the Chiefs to win solely so the Lions can make the playoffs.
And I
don't think the Ravens want to see the Lions.
I don't either, but
that is true.
And yeah. And the Seahawks are pretty banged up because Lockett's out. Got a couple other guys that are banged up, but big thing for them is get that pass rush going, make Geno Smith uncomfortable, keep him in the pocket, and not let Kenneth Walker go off.
And then, you know how last week the Chiefs played Houston? Houston has the worst rush defense in the NFL. Well, Seattle has the 31st worst rush defense in the NFL.
Jake McKinnon's going to eat.
So remember how I said last week that they should run the ball 24 times? Well, guess what, boys? This week I'm amping that number up.
Oh, boy.
I want to see, wait for it, Andy, 30 rushing attempts.
Well, they're well on their way because they did do it 33 times on yesterday.
Between Pacheco, Ronald Jones gets the rock a little more. McKinnon, I want 30 rushing attempts. Let this offensive line start going forward because they're mauling some people. The Chiefs' interior three might be one of the best in the NFL with Joe Thuney, Creed Humphreys, and Trey Smith. Those guys are just some nasty road graders. Get the AFC worried that, this team's getting a running game going come playoff time. And if they get that running game going, this offense is almost going to be impossible to stop.
Well, the year they had their best rushing attack, they won a Super Bowl.
Because if you remember that AFC title game against the Titans, what did they do in the second half? They out-Titans the Titans on the ground. And then hopefully McCole Hardman can come back this week. He was activated off IR last week. He was close, didn't play on Sunday, so hopefully McCole, can come back on Saturday and bring some extra juice into this offense as well.
Yeah. And
with two rookie tackles for the Seahawks, Arrowhead needs to be loud. Karlaftis, Carlos Dunlap, Frank Clark, pin your ears back and get after Geno. Use that home stadium noise to your advantage where these tackles have to look in at the ball. And then, get after Geno, make him nervous, and have him throw a couple to the team in red.
For sure. And hopefully on the offensive side of the ball, they're able to clean up those turnovers that they've had the last couple of weeks. And with that, they should be able to keep them in position for that 2 seed in the AFC.
And like I said, guys, well, even still the 1, because not this week, but next week, Buffalo and Cincinnati play on Monday night. And if Cincinnati can win that game and if the Chiefs went out, they'd be the 1. Because with that, but I'm looking ahead here, but you got to think if the Chiefs can get this running game going and clean up this offense where they're not turning the ball over, who's going to stop them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the AFC is playing out to be, I believe, a 3-horse race between the Bills, Chiefs, and Bengals, because the Bengals are rolling now. Yep. And I think right now that 4th team that you got to worry about, and it's going to come back to bite me in the ass when I say this, but the Chargers are looking. I think Justin Herbert is the guy. He is not a social media quarterback.
No, he's not.
But my only issue and concern I have with them
is Brandon Staley.
Is Brandon Staley.
Yep. Can you imagine how good this Chargers team would be if they move on from Brandon Staley and they get Sean Payton next year?
Well, there's talk of that would be a
that's That's why I mentioned that. But and like I told you last week, Dylan, the Chargers are a team that I do not want to see a third time.
No, no, they're basically right now the Lions of
The
the
AFC.
AFC, yeah,
Correct.
because the South.
Well, right now, catch this. Actually, with the way the tiebreaker goes, since they beat the Dolphins, the Chargers are the 6. So if the season ended today, the Chiefs would get the Tyreek Hill revenge game and play the Dolphins.
Because
And
they don't play this year, do they? In the regular
they do,
season?
nope, they do not. So the Chargers would actually go up against the Bengals, and that would be a hell of a playoff round game.
That would be a nice opening weekend game.
Yes,
And it would
yes,
not.
it
I
would.
guarantee you, it wouldn't be the Monday Night Football wild card game. That's for sure.
Oh God, no.
Or ESPN, I should say.
ESPN wild card game. Yep.
But yeah, that's right. There is a Monday night game for the playoffs this year as well.